Why do men not understand hints? Why do I have to spell every fucking thing out? Why can't you just one simple little hinting at this? Fucking understand what I'm trying to say. I don't want to have to spell everything out like I'm your mother.
Sabrina Carpenter angered a lot of men when she said this during one of her shows.
I read something today that said men shouldn't have birthdays because they never grow up. Excluding the men in this room, obviously.
So I'm gonna just say this. If your man is taking care of everything, like everything, you need to have a backup plan. For instance, my man takes care of everything, but I'm in school getting my bachelor's degree. Because if something goes left, you have to switch up your lifestyle. And that's kind of embarrassing, low-key. Like, I can't even imagine. But as a woman, you always need a backup plan. You can't always completely depend on a man. You can't always completely trust a man. You always need your backup. So don't just sit there and be with this man and completely financially depend on him while doing nothing with yourself. Don't do that. And honestly, you should want to do something with your life other than just do nothing. But yeah, that is my 2 cents on having a man completely take care of you.
Who wears the pants in the relationship? Oh. That's 100% Jolie. Wow. One stare and that shoe just changed. Samir's not even holding a shoe anymore.
You treat people how to treat you. This applies to how men will interact with you, and especially as to how women will perceive you. Have you ever bothered to ask yourself, why do women tippy-toe and behave when they're around Chad or the bad boy? Aside from having her emotional strings pulled, she knows that she won't be able to get away with any foolish behavior. And because of your boundaries and standards, although women will shame you, they love a man with a firm hand on the tiller. It sends the message that you're nobody's doormat. Feminism, society and Sims have hyped women to such a degree that most women, much like the one in the clip, think that even though you, the man, must bring far more to the table than her, and that you have far more to lose. Regardless, you better get on her program. Once a woman views you like this chump, who most likely abides by the saying, happy wife, happy life, I'm telling you, unless you display a massive feat of manliness, your only option is to remove yourself from the equation altogether.
Part 3, a week in the life of being over 40 and dating in New York. I can't hide it. There are tears of frustration this week, but it is what it is. This week we had 5 dates, 2 of which were first dates, 2 of which were second dates, 1 of which was a third date. And for all of you that have commented asking, wondering why I go on so many dates and like, wow, just pick one. Blah, blah. This week is the perfect example why I do what I do. I know what I'm doing. First day of the week was on Tuesday. It was a second date and it was very short, but it was pleasant. We had really, really healthy food and beautiful conversation. We went to Gardenia Terrace in Hell's Kitchen. I left that date feeling appreciated, seen, and excited to see what's next. Wednesday, it was a second date with someone, and the first date had gone okay, but the second date, I definitely realized, our energy is not on the same page. We're not feeling the same way about each other. We met at Lily's on the Upper West Side cocktail bar. The vibes were not for me. Thursday, it was a first date with someone, and from the second I showed up, and even the texting on the way when I showed up, he was already giving me anxiety vibes. He was anxious about life, he was anxious about his job, he was anxious about relationships, he was anxious, just totally anxious. In fact, on that date, I insisted on paying. I was like, bro, I got you, because he was sad. He was just sad. That was it. End of story. We went to Sakarat, which is a paella bar in Chelsea, but we never even got to eating. Never even made it that far. There was a major cold front, and I went on a third date with someone, and it was just great. And I thought that everything was immaculate, and I really loved seeing this person's soul and seeing how their brain operated and their perspective on the world. And I just thought that things were going to be great. But no matter what I think, you never really know what's going on in somebody's head, and you never really know what's going on in someone's life. And here we are, 48 hours past the date, and I have not heard a word, even though I have reached out. Radio silence. And previously this person would text me back within an hour, or was even like being the more aggressive one with texting. So I guess that's that. Third date was on Sunday evening, Sunday fun day. Listen, in New York City, Sunday's a brilliant day to go out. And we went to Ophelia Rooftop. Ophelia's rooftop is absolutely stunning. It was absolutely stunning. Really, really stunning. I don't think that I liked this person all that much, but you know what? I felt the same vibes back, and I doubt I'll ever hear from this person. And it doesn't matter. The vibes weren't there. But we went to a beautiful location. He was a beautiful human. So that's all that matters. Thank you. In case you're wondering about what about the guys from weeks 1 and 2, well, it turns out that the people that I liked the most never got back to me. And if they did get back to me, that they either completely ghosted or they have still yet to ask me out on a second date. And here we are like almost 3 weeks later. So this is why I have the dating structure that I do. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's my life, not yours. But stay tuned for week 4 because girl, I'm frustrated this week. I need vibes. Send me vibes.
I just turned down a first date I had said yes to. I like that he had made solid plans, but here's the deal breaker. I asked if he was going to send a car for me, and he responded with, "Do you really need that?" I mean, technically no one needs anything, but yes, that's what I want. He said that he's never had a girl ask, which is fair, but ladies, we need to step our game up. Following that, I nicely declined the date, thanked him for planning, then told him we can stay friends. You might think I'm crazy for that, but after going on multiple dates this past year, I realized there are very specific things I need and want. How someone approaches something goes to show their values. If you're not aligned, you'll have bigger issues down the road. And then you'll be stuck convincing someone to change.
Or even worse, having to beg for certain things. I've done all the above and never again. When feelings get involved, it's much harder to let go that you end up settling. So remember, you're not asking for too much, you're asking the wrong person.